and welcome to the Regency Society of Virginia's second go-around on our Regency Recipes almond creams. As you know, we did a live stream about a week and a half ago, and there is a glitch in the video, which means the vocal tract and my mouth don't match up, which is really irritating to a lot of people. So I decided to go ahead and redo this video. Whereas in that video we did an almond cream, we're going to switch it around today and do a pistachio cream, though it's exactly the same recipe. So let's take a look at our ingredients. Are 2 cups of heavy cream, 3 beaten eggs or 4. If you like it a little stiffer, add 4. I like mine a little softer. And 2 to 3 tablespoons, mind you, tablespoons, not teaspoons of sugar. So we mix this all together really well. We're going to go ahead and pour it into a heavy bottom pot. You can add a little bit of rose water, which would be period correct. Also remembering that in the 18th century, that when you do crush almonds or crush nuts, you often have oiling, or the oil comes out of it, so putting a little bit of rose water in there stops it from oiling. And all we're going to do is go ahead and cook this till it coats the back of the spoon. Now if you were going to do something like a chocolate cream, it's always the same proportion of heavy cream to chocolate. It is always 2 cups of heavy cream to 4 ounces of grated chocolate. Milk chocolate does not exist yet. So you're going to use unsweetened baking chocolate, the best you can get. There are also 18th century varieties of chocolate that you can get. American Heritage, I used to recommend. Now they've tweaked the recipe and I really don't recommend it anymore. I would just say go get yourself a really good quality unsweetened baking chocolate and grate it. Bear in mind that an 18th century style of chocolate is going to be grainy, doesn't quite melt the way modern chocolates do. It has to do with the way they process it today in the machinery. You know, think about this, grinding it in a giant steel plate, water pressured mill versus somebody with a mortar and pestle or a metate trying to grind it with a stone. You can understand the difference. You can see if I hold it up, I can write my letter in the spatula, but you see how it's dripping off the spoon, so it's not quite ready yet. I am going to go ahead and lower this. You really should be cooking this for about, I would say, anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. I've been talking for 4 minutes, so we're right on target. But you want to make sure, which is what is happening here, that you don't cook it too high, too fast, because what's happened is you're going to make scrambled eggs. So if that starts to happen, all you're going to do is give it a good whip, and you can add 1 tablespoon of hot water and whip that in there, and that should stop it from happening. But we're pretty close to being done. When did you serve these pistachio or almond creams? You serve them usually during your desserting course, which was after the first and second course. General rules in the 18th and 19th century, your heaviest foods went in your first course, including a soup and a fish, which was served and then removed. The second course tended to be lighter and sweeter, so something like a pie, a true pie, like an apple pie, would have been a second course item and not a dessert item. Think about it, it is in a heavy crust with lard and butter, and of course, not too many lard recipes, I should say. Most crusts, the vast majority of crusts were made with butter in the period. I think I found maybe 2 or 3 in the period that use lard. So that's the 18th century. 19th century, you do see the shift somewhere after the Regency period. Lard comes into more general use. You also have to remember you're talking about whether you're going to be in the north or the south or in Europe. That has a great effect on whether you're still using butter or lard in your crust. This is getting there. It's getting to the point where I can draw through it. All right, this looks about done. So now all I'm going to do is go ahead and mix the pistachio nuts in. And it is time to put them in our cups. Now this is our syllabub cup. Cream cups, jelly cups, which is gelatin in the period, and other desserting cups tend to be a lot smaller than a syllabub cup. Something like this is still actually just slightly large as well. I do have 18th century cups around, I just don't know where they are. I will have to dig them out for next time. I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to do it a modern way. And you can see how that is kind of plopping out, right, when I pour it into the measuring cup. And I'm going to take it, and you can see how thick that is, and that's the consistency that you want. I'm going to put one in there. And we have 2. Very delicious, 3. And we have 4. And food was supposed to be beautiful, so you are going to want to make sure that you clean it off. And the recipe does tell you to decorate the top with a pistachio or 2. So there we have it, the 18th and early 19th, I should say the 17th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th century version of a cream. Bearing in mind that cream, which I should have said at the beginning, really is what we think of as a cooked custard or a pudding, right? So when you're having an iced cream, you're going to take this wonderful concoction and just simply freeze it, and guess what you have? Ice cream. So until next time, thank you for joining us, and I hope you'll try it. The recipe will be listed below on our website and also on Facebook. Thank you, and be happy and healthy, my friends.